Morning YouTube, it's day 4 here on my Norway Lofton kind of island trip. Now I'm at this really cool location this morning. I've actually come to look at the Dragon's Eye, even though I think a few days ago I said I wasn't that keen. But I was looking at some pictures and it does give a nice foreground interest. And also I really like the light we've got at the moment. Now it's very near high tide, it's about an hour before it, and this pool does get covered up in high tide. I was down here about half an hour ago, did some pictures then, quite nice ones. And another photographer came along, so I let him go down there on his own for about 10 minutes. I've got the place to myself again now, but the water is coming in and occasionally you do get absolutely drenched here. So I'm not sure how well I'm going to video this or how well it's going to go, but it's a really cool location. Now, the light I've got this morning is really beautiful. Last night when I came here at the location, I was trying to get down and do one yesterday for sunset. There was so much mist and driving rain and snow that you couldn't even see this mountain range in the background. It was so kind of hazy. So I couldn't really get any decent pictures there yesterday. But I've come back this morning. It's about, like say, 10 o'clock, so we didn't get sunrise. It was raining really heavily this morning in the van. You can hear it really loud on the roof. Forgive me about the wind, I think it's going to be pretty windy here. But this is the location. I'm actually at these rock pools. You forgive the wind again, it's going to blow this around a lot, but this rock pool, which you can't see yet, there you can. This rock pool here, that there where my hand is, that is where the Dragon Eye is. And as you can see, we quite often get the water coming into it now, which is kind of ruining it. And the wind has picked up quite a lot, and it is putting a lot of reflections on the eye now, so you have to forgive me with this one. I might not be able to do any proper vlogging here, but I'm going to be going down the beach and getting to some other locations with some rocks, and I'll catch up with you on those different areas. What I'll do is on the pictures, because I don't talk you way through it, on the pictures from the eye, I will be putting up some of the details about it. It's one of the things here, like I say, it's lovely conditions this is to photograph, but they're not always easy to video. So some of the vlogs I do, and especially ones in Norway, there's going to be ones when I can't really film what I'm doing. So not the best informative video, but it shows off the area anyway. Beautiful place, really beautiful. We've got all these rocks around here. Lovely load of rock pools. I'm not going to be exploring many more rock pools at the moment, it's just too windy. And obviously got the mountain ranges here looking across. You do have to pay for the car park down here, but it's not too bad. It's about £4. It works out for about 3 hours. And you can camp here as well overnight, but it's quite expensive. It's about £20 it works out. And for £20 you can drive 10 minutes up the road and get a car park you can stay in. Some of them even have facilities you can use. So yeah, cool location. I'm going to try and do some vlogging or kind of b-roll of this so I can show it off to you, but I'm not going to be filming it anymore. I had my camera set up down there about half an hour ago with this, and a big wave came and it almost wiped this totally out. Luckily I grabbed it, but it did make my you can see we've got the water coming in now around my feet. Yeah, so it did come in, it did actually totally soak my microphone, my other one. Luckily I've got a spare one, so I've got the one that isn't soaked on. Yeah, I'll stop rabbiting on, get some b-roll, flash up the images, hope you like them. Cool location, and I'm going to head down then to some of the rocks on the beach a bit further down here, try and get some of those nice round rocks looking down into the mountain range. We do have the sun starting to come up behind me now, which is looking quite nice, and hopefully it's going to put some light onto this mountain range in the background. Also, while I'm here, I might get the long lens out and try and take some dramatic water shots of the kind of waves breaking on the sea. If I do that, I'll be putting that up as well. Yeah, I'll catch up with you in a few minutes time, further down on the beach. Hope you enjoy these images. Right, so I've come along the beach now and I'm down at that other location. It's a bit hard to find compositions, to be honest. Two reasons. One, it's around high tide and there's not much of the beach uncovered. Secondly, it's very, very windy and the waves are coming in really strong occasionally, so you can't really go too far into the water. Now, I'm stood on this big rock, although I say big rock, it's just enough to be able to get the tripod semi-open. It's not fully open on the legs, so unfortunately I have to hold it in my hand and it's not very stable. Every time I do an adjustment on the camera, it tends to move one of the legs a bit around, but by holding pressure down on it, it does seem to take relatively okay shots. Can't do any long exposures, unfortunately. It's just far too windy, although that being said, once I've finished videoing, if the wind does drop like it has a bit at the moment, I will try and do a few. It has actually stopped raining. It was raining quite a bit earlier, which was the reason I couldn't get any filters on this. And I probably will, like I said, if it stays like it, just try them any minute. But I'm going to quickly talk through the shot and what I'm doing. The beach here is renowned for these kind of smooth boulders. You should be able to see all around. And you can get some really nice images here, especially around sunset and sunrise. But that being said, like I was saying earlier, I think that tide's just too far in to get out to a lot of them. I'm in this big dense clump of them here, and I'll probably try a bit further down the beach in a bit just to see if I can get in amongst them a bit better, the ones that aren't so kind of clumped together. But the shots are quite nice anyway. I'm getting kind of some nice shots with some nice foreground interest. I've got this bit of seaweed here in front of me as well, which I think looks quite nice anyway. That bit just laying there in the middle of the frame, which just adds a bit to it, and that's coming out quite nice in a portrait shot. I'm doing a mixture of semi-zoomed in and wide shots on the 16-35, liking them for different reasons. The wide shots give me that nice definition in the sky. There's some really, really nice definition at the moment. We've got some nice kind of colour or light coming through, but some strong clouds below it. So I'm liking those, and I'm also liking the more zoomed in telly shots, simply because they're giving me kind of more focus on the foreground and stuff, and it's quite a nice foreground here. Yeah, not the easiest place to video. You can see the wind is picking up again now. It's getting very windy. I'm going to be, like I say, doing this location for a little bit, shooting portraits and landscapes, like I was saying. No filters on at all because it has started raining again, so if I put any filters on at all, my ND filters obviously don't have a hood with them, and nor does my grads, so I can't use them if it's raining. I do have an umbrella, but it's going to be far too windy to use it here. I've got to keep on checking my bag as well because it's not very far back up the beach, and when it gets really windy and there's a big wave occasionally it gets up towards it. But yeah, no filters, and I don't think, even though I was saying it earlier, I'm not sure if it's going to clear up enough to use them, but simply just shooting straight onto it. I've got my, I do this quite a lot now, I've got my 24-105mm lens hood on my 16-35 because it's a deeper lens. As long as you don't shoot fully wide open on this lens, you don't get any vignetting problems with it. And I'm just shooting some simple shots really straight onto it, and I'm focusing in about a third into the frame amongst the rocks here, and that's going to allow me to get all the foreground sharp and the background sharp. And I'm shooting at f/16, which is quite high, but the 16-35 can easily cope with that. It's not really that difficult for this lens, and that will allow me to have sharp foreground, sharp background, stuff like that. I'm getting about a 40th of a second at the moment, which I don't mind really, because it makes the waves look quite nice, because they are quite dramatic. But it would be nice if I get some swells and patterns in these rocks. I don't think that's going to happen, like I say, without using filters. But going through the shots anyway, I'm shooting at, like I say, f/16, an ISO of 100, and that's giving me a 40th of a second. So nothing really fancy with the settings, just a general basic shot. Again, just to kind of show off the area really. The sun is starting to come up now, and we are starting to get a bit of nice light on the mountain range here, and the snow coming down it. So I'll put you down now. I'll get on with some more kind of shots and put these up. Hope you like them. Sorry, it's there's not much actually footage of me taking any pictures in this one. I've just not got the room to put the this camera down to film. I can't put it on any of the rocks around here, and also further back up there. It was too windy to put it up, it'd just blow over. So yeah, I'm going to have a little mooch now, wander around the beach. I might catch you a bit later if I find something that's nice. If not, I'll probably just be putting a few images up from this beach. It's a bit of a slideshow, showing off the area, showing off the beach to you. Highly recommend coming here if you do come to Lofton Islands. It's pretty much got a lot of stuff to see. It's got that dragon eye, which I didn't think I'd like as much as I did really, but it's quite a cool thing. Gives some nice foreground interest. And also you've got these rocks and the mountain range in the background, probably plenty of other stuff to shoot around here. So yeah, I'll crack on now, put you away, and well, feet are getting wet. I might catch up with you a bit later down the beach. If not, it'll just be a nice slideshow. Yeah, so if I don't catch up with you, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you on the next one, which will probably going back down to Hanoi direction, and probably stopping at another beach or two there. I'll try to photograph a few more huts or something like that. All right, thanks for watching. I'll catch up with you on the next one.
Know me, take the time to dig deep underneath this red heat. We could really meet. Layers, it's time to lose these naysayers. We're better off, the air will be richer, and everything's so much easier.